All right, so let us talk about a drug. What is a drug? Okay, so basically, a drug is a very simple substance to understand because there's nothing difficult here. So, a drug is anything that has got some properties. What are those properties? Preventive and curative properties. Now, where does this same word drug come from? Okay, so it is in pharmacology where we get to learn about drugs. What is pharmacology? Okay, so pharmacology, the word pharm simply means a drug. Okay, so pharm simply means a drug, and the ology part simply means the study. So pharmacology is basically the study of drugs. So it is in this course, pharmacology, where students get to learn about drugs. Okay, and I said that a drug is anything in substance that is able to show some preventive and curative properties. That is in relation to what? Humans and animals. The moment you take that thing, so called a drug, and then at the end of the day, it is able to show some preventive and curative properties, then that thing, we've got no doubt, it was a what? It was a drug. Okay. So most of the drugs been um, that have been made so far, they have got properties, or maybe they're made from weak acid and weak base, for a very simple reason that we're going to discuss in our next video. So in this video, I just want to talk about the functional properties of these same drugs. Yeah. For now, just know that most of the drugs are made from weak acid and weak base, if not all. Yeah. So apart from a drug showing preventive and curative properties, there are also some functional properties as the drug is working into your body. So as the drug, the moment you take the drug and then the moment it starts working on the pathogens, it is able to also show other functional properties as it is functioning. So these are immunological property, pharmacological property, and metabolic properties. Let's talk more about these functional properties. Okay, so when we talk about immunological properties, we're just talking about the side effects of those drugs. The moment you take either amoxicillin, panadol, or any other drug that you know, the moment you take that drug into your body, the side effect that that drug will give you, it is what we call immunological property. Every drug has to show a side effect. If not, then it is not a drug. There are so many side effects. Even after you taking that drug, even just feeling dizzy, that is a side effect of that drug. There is no drug that will not show immunological property. Then it is not a drug. Okay. So it is actually the immune system response that will trigger, or that will give you that, no, here you have to do this, here you have to do this. So the immune system will respond to the drug and then it will act, and then you are going to feel that side effect. So how the body responds to the drug, it is just basically what we call what? Immunological property. How the body responds. It's the body actually. The body is the one that is going to give you or show the side effects. So the moment you take that drug, how you're going to feel after taking that drug, it is just basically what we call what? Immunological property. Very simple. Let's talk about pharmacological property. So when we're talking about pharmacological property, just remember the word pharm, which means drug. So here we're just talking about a drug. The main key purpose of the drug, the reason why they had to design that drug, was it for pain relief or what? That is what we call pharmacological property. What the drug is designed or intended to do. If the drug was designed to relieve pain or to cure HIV, that is pharmacological property. What the drug is going to do in your body, the exact thing that is going to do, that is what we call pharmacological property. So it can either be positive or negative effect, but in most cases, it is always positive. Okay, so now when we talk about metabolic properties, what are metabolic properties? Basically, This is a very simple and is a subtopic that we're going to understand as well in our next video that we do. Okay, so metabolic properties, these are basically what the body does to the drugs. The moment you take that drug in, what your body will do, what your body will react to that same drug, it is what we call metabolic functional property of that drug. Okay, so how the drug will reach your blood, how the drug will be broken down so that it gets to do what? To work. Because it has to do what? To be broken down, which is metabolism, breaking down of substances or particles. Okay, and then this same metabolic or functional, they are given by this mnemonic ADME, ADMEA. Okay, which is basically absorption, metabolism, distribution, and excretion. So we are just talking about what? A drug. We're talking about a drug being what? Being absorbed, being metabolized, being distributed, being excreted. It is being absorbed into the cells, being metabolized into what? Into the cell, because it has to be what? Metabolized before it is excreted, before it is even distributed. Okay, so we distribute to where? To the cells in the body. Yeah, so that's basically about what? The functional properties of a drug. The drug is supposed to show functional properties. Alright, so in our next video we'll talk about weak acids and the rest. Peace.